as they address the starter stand. Green flag, we're racing at Darlington.
Trust in these guys, Jeff. These guys have never seen this package on this racetrack. Remember, the package that we had last year, 550 package, way more downforce. These guys are going to have their hands full today.
With a car that throws back to Mark Martin's Busch Series winning Ford Taurus at Texas in 2000.
I was so pulling for Eric Almirola in that paint scheme because I'm a huge Mark Martin fan, but I've never seen an impact like this where the splitter is up underneath the front tires and the front tires aren't even on the ground, Mike.
Huge hit. Usually when somebody hits that inside wall, they spin off the two, and it's a massive impact. The wall's down quite a bit away from the racing surface, and you get a pretty good run at it, as you can see with this 10 car right here.
Well, you saw that Richard Petty wreck in Put It Out when he hit the inside wall of what was then the front straightaway, but Almirola has hit it a ton.
Yeah, you can see he's already spun off the two. Usually you have to see if he got into the outside wall first or if he had a car underneath of him. Man, that thing is hit hard.
Remember, he started at the back, so he was making some passes and trying to make his way up through the field as quickly as he possibly could. Both he and Chase Elliott, I saw both of them going back and forth through some of the slower cars that they were coming through.
I think he got loose and got some help right there. Looks like he kind of checked up to stay out of the wall.
Kyle Busch has brought out the second caution of the day, 1 lap shy of leading his 18,000th career lap. Now, you see a little debris there on the right rear. We were at first thinking it was the left rear tire that went down.
Well, that's because the left rear was down, but right there when he pulled the right rear off, you saw it was corded right there.
Yep. From the Goodyear aerial coverage, Martin Truex goes to make the pass.
And you feel that. He heard those cords starting to come apart on that thing, de-raveling. You can hear it hitting the fender wells, and you can see him check up. He did a great job, actually.
Unbelievable
Yeah, he didn't hit the wall very hard at all.
You can, I mean, when you get loose like that
with a flat tire,
getting into the corner, so hard to keep it out of the wall, and you know it's a tire that's down.
The worst part is, he was 1 lap away from leading 18,000 laps, 17,999. That is the one that I could not take.
Well, he is still on the lead lap, but look at that tire. And 2 laps is pit road closed for the last 2 laps of the stage, so he can't pit now.
And this isn't going to work either because there goes Bubba Wallace, who's a lap down, so he's not even going to get the free pass.
Well, it all just came undone, didn't it?
But it was close. It was a strategy that they almost made work with 2 laps to go.
Jeff, if close would have worked, I wouldn't have lost 447 races.
You bring up Marty Robbins. Richard Childress used to tell stories all the time. He'd go back to the motel after the race, and he'd get the guitar out and play around the pool for all the guys. That would have been a cool thing. You know, today's day and age, all you get's my partner over here wanting to DJ.
Oh, look at that slide by our leader coming to finish out this final lap.
Green and white checkers in the air, and Martin Truex has his 5th stage win at Darlington.
You see him, he's been moving up through the field in 4th position right now, but not very heavy as we got a caution on the racetrack.
Wow.
Boy, so reminiscent of his teammate
exactly
Eric Almirola. Cole Custer heavy into that back straightaway wall.
Lap 99, 4th caution of the day. Hard hit for Cole Custer. Now, he and Anthony Alfredo had contact prior to the crash. Same spot as his teammate Eric Almirola back on lap 6. This happens coming off turn 2. The AMR safety team very quickly on the scene to check on Cole. And the damage looking very similar. His front tires are off the ground, just like Almirola's after a very similar hit. Cole Custer climbs out. very top of the screen, the white and orange car.
Alfredo's already loose. When Half comes down, he's going to collect Cole Custer, just an innocent bystander. Tries to lock up the brakes here. Wow. Look at that safer barrier.
That's a shot right there.
Man, that time that car went up on 2 wheels.
And it landed in his lap. I mean, there is nothing that Cole Custer could do different there. These guys, Anthony Alfredo was big time loose.
That's
really where the wreck started, and unfortunately, it ended with Cole.
And Cole really couldn't even see him because Daniel Suarez was to his outside. I don't even know if Cole could see that this was happening ahead of him, where Alfredo was sideways and coming down the racetrack.
Kurt Busch is frustrated after pounding the inside of the front stretch wall and his right front not touching the ground.
Well, you can see a little bit of damage on the right rear. Ooh, now a fire.
Oil line just...
This seems to happen frequently to the #1 car.
That is not something you want to have happen on a regular basis.
Let's see what happened here as Kurt gets ready to climb out.
Well, you can see he's underneath. Is that De Benedetto there?
Yes.
Yeah, the car, boy, it just gets loose.
Been there, done that.
The blue car, which may have been Stenhouse, just might have nicked him as he came around. Hard to say.
And he had
Actually,
Bubba Wallace behind him. Ooh, did they make contact?
Bubba did hit him. So what happens there, you're leaning on your car, pulling on that wheel, trying to stay off that car on the outside of you. The closer you get to him, the looser your car gets as it takes air off of your spoiler. And then all of a sudden you get loose, and unfortunately Bubba got into him just at least a little bit, turned him all around.
And those were the 2 drivers fighting for the free pass position.
It's funny how that
Wallace and Busch.
And Joey's car really fell off there into this run.
Martin Truex, 4 cars in the top 10 at the end of stage 2, just as Hendrick Motorsports was at the end of stage 1. Stage-ending flag coming out. Ryan Newman trying to hang at the tail end of the lead lap. And Martin Truex has swept the stages at Darlington.
These guys are racing for the lucky dog, and they're going to be racing hard.
Whoa,
take
Kyle!
it easy.
Thread the needle.
19 car when this race is over. It's hard to see at Darlington on TV because the wall blocks it so much because they run right up next to it. But man, I've never seen a guy this close to that wall that all day long sideways with a car that to me looks like right now has no marks on it.
If that quarter panel doesn't have a mark on it, it's been scared the better part of this race.
Over 2 seconds here, man. Nothing coming.
White flag waves, 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Martin Truex in the races where he's led more than 200 laps has not been able to seal the deal. No driver who won a stage at Darlington has ever gone to victory lane. Truex won them both today. Kyle Larson now 2.5 back. Martin Truex Jr. wins the Goodyear 400 at Darlington.
That's an ass whipping right there.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
All right, so it wasn't quite Ned Jarrett who won here by 14 laps in the Southern 500, but the margin he had at the end of stage 2 and a caution-free stage 3, he held off Kyle Larson and drove away.
It's the modern-day equivalent of it,
Yes.
that's for sure.
Yes.
And there's a little mark on that right rear. He did brush it once or twice.
Father, thank you for this. Thank you for these guys. Help us to honor you with this. Thank you, Father. In thy name we pray. Amen.
Coach Gibbs leads the team prayer as Martin Truex has scored his 30th career win 28th all-time, and his 3rd of the season. He is the only driver to go to victory lane more than once this year. And he gets his 2nd win at Darlington. He won the Southern 500 in 2016. '90th win for Joe Gibbs Racing. Larson 2nd by 2.5 seconds. Kyle Busch 3rd. William Byron, Denny Hamlin, the top 5. Harvick, Elliott, Blaney, Buescher, and Newman 1 lap down, the top 10.
That scratched up more than I thought.
Yeah. You know, I watch a dominant performance like this out of Martin Truex Jr. And you know, he's going to do a heck of a burnout here too. He just doesn't get enough credit. I think it's because he's a pretty quiet guy. He just, and he doesn't shout it out to the world, but he does not get enough credit for how talented he is of a race car driver. But today, boy, he proved what he's capable of.
I think the biggest scare that he had was when Kyle Larson filled up his rearview mirror. He thought it was maybe a lapper on fresh tires. Didn't know it was Larson right behind him for a minute.
Well, he didn't blow a tire out racing, but he blew it out on a burnout. Both of them.
Doubt whether there's much left.
The quarter panel's destroyed now, isn't it? Oh. Called it, boys. Called it.
Yes, you did. You did have first pick.
He gave me an easy one.
So we were joking during various breaks. Who is going to be the first to tell Martin that no stage winner has ever won Darlington? I think we'll leave that for Regan Smith.
Oh, Martin Truex Jr. Thumbs up to the crowd. Quite the smoke show, Martin. I don't know if you knew this before the race or not, but no stage winner has ever won at Darlington. You just put that to bed, though.
Yeah, I guess I'm glad I could do that. We've won a bunch of stages here in the past couple of years, and just always lady luck got us. You know, track position, it'd be one thing or the other, and just really proud of everybody on this Auto Owners Camry. I think this flat black's a throwback to you, Regan, when you won here, but. No, Furniture, really cool. Throwback to Furniture Road. Hopefully Barney Visser's out there watching. I know, Regan, both you and I owe him a lot, but this one's for Furniture Road. Throwback, pretty cool.
You had your car right up by the wall all day long. We made note of how good you were doing up against the fence. Was this car just so good that you were able to be confident in that?
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, we just had a good balance. You know, the car would do what I wanted it to do, and yeah, I just had to manage those long runs. It was really loose. That last run, and I was nervous with the 5 catching us, and you know, we got mired in some traffic there, and that's always tough. But thanks to Auto Owners, obviously Bass Pro Shops, TRD, Toyota, Cessna, Noble Aerospace, Garmin, Oakley, everybody that helps us, Research Fine Foods. We're really lucky to get to do this. I'm so lucky to get to drive for these guys. What an awesome team we have. Hopefully we can keep this rolling.
Nice job. Thanks, Martin.
Thanks, guys.
30th career victory for Martin Truex, who breaks the string of stage winners never going to victory lane at Darlington. That's where he's headed today.
For more great NASCAR on Fox content, subscribe to our channel. It's somewhere right around here.